Oh, okay, so this Samurai Sunday today is going to be a little bit different. Since we have 43 days left before Halloween. So we're just going to kick it off a little early. Part of this channel is also to talk about Japanese culture, their beliefs, their folklore, and a lot of the stuff that they do all has a purpose. Or it used to back in the day. So, we're going to talk about a Jorogumo. Now, what's a Jorogumo? Well, it's kind of fitting for Halloween. Jorogumos are what you would call a yokai. Yokais are demons, orgs, goblins. To put it bluntly, it's something you really don't want to come across. Okay. Jorogumo means Spider Woman. Or Woman Spider, whichever way. There's other variations to the name. So, a Jorogumo will represent, they mature up to 400 years old from what I've read. And as they mature, they develop certain powers, or they possess certain powers. One of them is being able to take the form of a beautiful young woman. Ages vary from 13 to like 24, around in there. Okay. So if you come across one, they're very polite. Very seductive. Now, normally towards young men. So there's various stories, mythological stories, in the Japanese culture. Now, how does this play a factor into swords? Well, it actually does correlate to swords. So, the Jorogumo basically feeds off of men. Okay. Very slowly, and while you're in extremely amounts of pain, and so does its children. It's kind of a horrible way to go. So they actually have things that they don't like. One being mirrors. Mirrors actually show their true form. So some stories go, the samurai met a young woman who said she needed help. And he was like, okay, I'll help you. And she was like giving this big story and spiel. And went with her to her home. They normally live either in caves, really thick forests, or abandoned homes. Well, the samurai goes there and notices something's off. The one thing that really triggered him to notice something was off was there's no mirrors in the house. So he found her very suspicious, drew his sword, and struck her. Okay. Now, how does a sword play into it? Okay, my previous video back, the polishing that they do represents not just the beauty of it, showing the beauty of the sword, but you can also signal with it in the sunlight if you need to be. It also wards off evil spirits in their culture, but also acts as a mirror so you can see if enemies are behind you or the true identity of a Jorogumo. So, by drawing out his sword, he could use it as a mirror, and it will show her true nature. And it's just one story. There's various stories of the legend, especially from the Edo period. There's numerous stories, except for one location in Japan, Hokkaido. There are no stories of the Jorogumo in Hokkaido. I guess they have arachnophobia. That's what people actually say. Probably because they have arachnophobia, so they have no stories of it. But everywhere else in Japan, you'll find some variation of the story. Some people say in one location that she's actually a warner of disaster coming. But most of them, it's a really bad thing to come across. So I figured since we only have 43 days left, we'll kick it off and work our way up to Halloween. We do have in the works something special we're going to try and do for everybody just for Halloween. Probably won't be on Halloween, but it'll be a Samurai Sunday special dedicated to Halloween that we're going to try and do, weather permitted. Today, we got really high winds, so that's why I'm not doing any cutting videos today. Because I don't do most of my cutting inside if I can help it. I've already stabbed my ceiling like 2 times. Yeah, and I have a vaulted ceiling. So, but a Jorogumo, a very nasty little thing. That's just part of their culture and their mythology. We'll go through a little bit more of them as we get closer to Halloween. But I figured this one would be really neat to do because it has to actually do with the polishing of the sword too, though. Same with, like, even if you had a nice, because this is all polished down below. I mean, I could really see myself in that one. So yeah, the polishing on a katana is actually very important, and it actually has purpose and meaning to it. So yeah, I hate it when I come across a sword that just has like a satin finish on it, because it's actually not the way it should be done. It's supposed to be about a mirror polish. So you guys let me know what you think of the Jorogumo. Would you notice something is wrong if you came across a woman that seemed kind of suspicious like that? Would you not? What would you do in a situation like that? And in some stories that I've read, you can't kill the Jorogumo. You can wound it, but you can't kill it. In other stories, you can kill it. So basically what it looks like in true form is basically, well, half the body is a spider, the top half is a woman. There's actually been some shows in Japan that actually used a Jorogumo in it. They are called, what is it? Tales of Horror, or Tales of Horrors from Tokyo. It's actually a series. I think we have a couple, and one had the Jorogumo in it. And it looked pretty creepy. But yeah, why don't you guys put in the comments down below what you think of the Jorogumo. And like I said, what would you do? Would you be able to recognize one or not recognize one? And let's see what you have to say. So that's all I got for you guys for Samurai Sunday. Kick off to the countdown to Halloween, our favorite holiday, you could say. So we'll catch you all later.